Welcome to, I guess, now there are two of them. This is a new show that Manch and I have come up with, I guess.
It is. And for those of you who are new to the pod, we actually used to be a My Little Pony show, but we had to pivot. There was a bit of an incident with JC and a glass jar.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
So now we're doing a chronological Star Wars watcher
Hold
instead.
on, what the fuck? Where did this come from? This is just bullshit. Why do you have to bring My Little Pony into this? I told you to keep that in the down low.
So, no, I legitimately forgot.
We're new guys. We're new guys. No
Yeah,
one
yeah.
knows who we are. Yeah. We're new guys.
Completely new, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, no one's heard of us before unless you've listened to the Three Grandmas podcast, and you might have heard of me.
But not me.
Or you listen to ABC Goldfields Radio, and you might have heard of me.
So both of those people, if you're listening now, you'll recognize JC.
But no one knows who Manch is because he's
an enigma.
He's a recluse. He likes What did you like again? I think you were just telling me before this what you liked. You liked something. It started with P.
I believe I said I was a mystery wrapped in an enigma.
That doesn't start with P, Manch. That's not what you said.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're just making things up.
I never make it. I am one of the most truthful, one of the most honest, truthful, and trustworthy people you will ever meet in your life.
Okay, back to reality. We're actually recording in front of a live studio audience today. They will be laughing any time JC makes a funny joke. So listen out for that. I'm sure we'll get lots of that.
But they can only hear my side. They can't hear Manch's. Obviously, they'd always be laughing for Manch, but he doesn't like a live studio audience. He just likes he likes pure silence. Meanwhile, I'm a Big Bang Theory fan, so I like my studio audience, and there's going to be a lot of that tonight, I'm sure.
See, I didn't know that, and for those of you wondering, I've actually never met this JC guy before. We just sort of met on Reddit and decided we'd start a podcast together because it's fun.
I pulled him off the street. I literally dragged him by the ear.
Yeah, that's a better story, of course.
I offered him money, and he salivated and walked like a zombie into my house, and is now sitting in front of my computer recording his lines. See, we recorded this separately. See, I recorded all of my lines first, and I was like, you need to say these lines. And
come on.
And now
I had this joke lined up for next episode. Fuck right out of here.
See, I'm too good. But we're talking about, so the whole idea of this show is, I don't know if you understand quotes, Manch, but we're actually called the Now There Are Two of Them podcast. And
yes.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but that's actually a quote from a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, one of the Nemoidians in episode 1 actually says it.
Nemoidians?
I'm sure you'd like to... Yeah, the Nemoidians. They're from Cato Nemoidia. You would know that.
Huh? I thought that was just like the fake Star Wars movie that you and I shot when we were kids.
Knife, just for the record. No poop knife today.
What's a poop knife?
The knife you used to cut your shit. You said you're not cutting anything.
We're talking about Star Wars. So essentially the whole idea of this show is that we're going to be going through Star Wars chronologically.
Except for today, where we're starting halfway through with Maul Shadow Lord.
Well, here's the thing, is that we finally got all of our ducks in a line, and we worked out when we were going to do the first episode. It was going to be today, and it just so happened to be the same week that a new show, Maul Shadow Lord, was coming out. So basically the way the show is going to work is we're going to do everything chronologically unless there's something new, and if there's something new, we'll take priority. Like, that's going to take priority. But otherwise, the programming's just going to be whatever is the next thing chronologically in Star Wars. So once we're finished with Maul Shadow Lord, we're going to jump back. The Acolyte, is that the first one? I know Manch is like a giant spreadsheet because he's
I am a giant spreadsheet nerd, and I have a giant spreadsheet for all this. Yes, Acolyte is the best show after Maul Shadow Lord.
Okay. You said you had a giant what?
Spreadsheet.
A giant
Spreadsheet. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's
what
you create in Excel.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was I have a giant spread, sheet.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Like sheet.
Is that like a caricature of something? I'm not quite familiar with that.
I don't know. It's something. It's my famous quote that they use. Like whenever.
That's what you always say. I remember that now.
Yeah. I have a giant spreadsheet.
Yeah, like classic JC maneuver.
Yeah, see, because I'm always doing the quotes on Blu-rays where they say this movie this movie is incredible, and then comma shit like that. You'll see it all the time. Everyone knows.
I know for sure. It's in
Where
fact the only thing I know about you.
you know too much about me, I think. I feel like you could ruin my life
This is true.
pretty easily, Manch.
On that note, welcome to the podcast, ruining me. Man, what's your name? JC's lost.
I think I've told you before. My name's actually JC.
I said JC.
Did you?
Yes. Cut that. That was crap.
I'm not. Don't fucking say that. We're going raw, baby. We're going raw, baby. We're not cutting anything. Nothing gets cut. So it's even more cringe when you say cut that, because it's even worse.
Because that's going to be a
That's
running
even worse.
joke. And now that I've explained that it's going to be a running joke, it's going to be even funnier.
All right, cut that. Like, I'm not fucking cutting that, you dick. This is. So we're going to. We're watching Maul Shadow Lord.
No composure from this kid.
We're going to be talking about the first two episodes. I'm a professional. I'm media trained. And you're, like I said, I scraped you off the street. We're talking about the first two episodes of Maul Shadow Lord, which is a prequel to what is it a prequel to, Manch? You know more about Star Wars than I do. I don't give a shit about Star Wars. I don't even know why.
Actually, not a prequel to anything. Just set between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope.
So,
but the premise is it follows Maul's adventures after Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, about a year after.
So it's a prequel to A New Hope. You just admitted that. So I was right when I said that.
Yeah, but it's completely unrelated to the story, so I wouldn't really call it prequel.
You and I have a very different definition of prequel, Manch. So it's set before A New Hope, so it's a prequel.
Yeah, 18 years before.
Did I stutter?
I wasn't arguing. I was just clarifying.
Okay, well this
is set in 18 BBY. It's about a year after the events of the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars,
which I haven't watched.
And you haven't watched, which makes this show really interesting for you because you have none of the context about Maul as a character.
Well, the context I have is that he got cut in half and fell down a drain pipe in the Phantom Menace episode 1, and now he's this
somehow
big
Maul
badass.
returned.
Somehow
Maul returned. Yes.
Did they actually explain how he returned in Clone Wars?
No, but the implication is kind of that he just hates Kenobi so much that he survived.
That doesn't make any sense, Manch.
I mean, that's kind of a classic Star Wars dark side user thing. Darth Sion from Knights of the Old Republic 2 was literally fueled by hate and rage.
That doesn't make any sense, Manch.
It's a fantasy universe where wizards roll around with laser swords. I don't think it's meant to.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But so this is about Maul. They don't call him Darth Maul. I guess he's not a Darth anymore.
When he lost to Obi-Wan, he was effectively stripped of the Sith title, so he doesn't go by Darth Maul anymore. He's just Maul.
Really? They punish them for that? Like,
well, I think it's more that he's not considered Palpatine's apprentice anymore, so he doesn't go by Darth anymore.
But is every Darth a Palpatine apprentice? Like, do people only get called Darth if they're an apprentice to Palpatine? Is that
not necessarily Palpatine, but yeah, when you're one of the two Sith, as per the rule of 2, yeah, you are a Darth.
Okay.
You have to be a Sith Lord to be given the title Darth.
Right. So
which the time of these movies is Palpatine's apprentice, yeah.
Right. Okay. When my question is, as soon as Count Dooku died, he's Darth Tyrannus. Did he immediately, like, he dies, so there wasn't a Darth until Darth Vader, is that correct?
That's my understanding, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I guess that makes sense. So he's just Maul now.
He's only referred to as Maul, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So going into this, I kind of had next to zero expectations. The only expectations I really have is that it's created by Dave Filoni, and who's the other guy? He wrote for 24 actually, but he also wrote for
George Lucas, I believe.
Not George Lucas. He hasn't been involved with Star Wars in 20 years, and you know this, Manch.
Yes,
you know this.
I'm going to butcher this. Matt Michnovet.
What else has he written? Did he write Rebels?
I don't know. He doesn't seem to have a Wikipedia page.
Okay. Well, he's the other co-creator. He wrote the first 2 episodes. They're written by him. And yeah, so I haven't been, of what I've seen, I haven't been a big fan of Dave Filoni. I'm not excited by the fact that he's now the CEO of Star Wars, of Lucasfilm.
And that's based mostly on Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian. I didn't watch Ahsoka, so
I liked Ahsoka. I don't know that you
everything.
would, but I liked Ahsoka. I liked it a lot more than I do Kenobi or Boba Fett. I didn't
Yeah,
really like
okay.
Boba Fett.
Okay, that's fair. I just always found like with Dave Filoni, I've always found that information. He's a big encyclopedia guy. He's a big information guy. He likes presenting events and like just to say this is an event that's happening in the Star Wars universe. Like I feel like he doesn't really care about character. He doesn't really care about storytelling. He likes to tick boxes, and that's the kind of vibe I get from him. Is he does
Yeah,
I don't know
that's mostly right. He's more interested in what happens rather than how it happens or
how,
what happens to the
why.
characters.
Yeah,
Which for
but
me, I like that kind of storytelling anyway, so it doesn't bother me. I can see why people would not really vibe with it though.
yeah, because when I'm watching movies or shows or anything, the things that grip me are characters, their drama, their conflicts and how those conflicts come to a head and how they evolve the story organically. I don't really like just being told this is like I feel like when I watch a Dave Filoni thing, like a show, I've watched his Star Wars Clone Wars. I know that was kind of butchered because it was the two pilot episodes, if I'm not mistaken. Two or
Four
three?
pilot episodes.
Four pilot
So
episodes all
they had
crunched
a three
together.
episode arc and they chucked in another episode at the start that was meant to be standalone.
Right, okay. I just get the vibe from him that he likes to make visual Wikipedia entries.
He's very much a biographer rather than a traditional storyteller. Yeah,
Yeah, and why that doesn't really gel with me, with Star Wars specifically, is I find the original trilogy to be really well written, in my opinion, and I feel like it doesn't to me it doesn't really get to the heart of Star Wars. But I like Sam Witwer, and I was.
oh, he's a fantastic. He's always been amazing as Maul, and I think
Mm,
he's definitely firing already.
I mean, I will say I like the voice acting. Wagner Moira he's the cop. He's what's his name?
He is Lawson.
Lawson. That's right. Yeah. And I know that you're not a big fan of Latin American peoples. I
What?
want to know. I want to know what you think of the. I thought I'd just throw that. Just to give the audience an understanding of where you're coming from, just
Yeah.
an
Okay.
honest
Sure.
understand.
Go on.
Um, so yeah, what did you think of our boy Wagnamura as Lawson, as someone who is not a fan of Latin
I mean, I would not have been able to tell you that he was Latin American at all.
America? Wait, what? Yeah, I mean, he had a thick accent. He had a
Yeah, but you can get accents anywhere in the world, though. You just have to live there.
what?
Like a white person living in Latin America would have the same accent, right?
Are
Doesn't
you
necessarily
genuine?
mean
You couldn't tell that he was like that it was a Latin
it
American
didn't
voice
register to
actor?
me, no.
Really?
But
Wow.
I don't
Okay.
really take notice of accents in animation anyway.
Okay. No, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I found out it was Wagnamura halfway through. I was listening. I was like, I like this voice. Who is he? And then I do a Google. It's Wagnamura from
You know who I did like? Demus's voice actor, John
Demas.
Carroll Lynch. Doesn't seem.
I love
I don't
John
know who
Carroll
else
Lynch.
he plays, but Demus in the first episode, I thought really cool voice, just really suited
Like
the atmosphere of what they were going for.
deep and gravelly. Yeah, he was good. He was good. And I was shocked when I found out that Vario, is it Vario or Varius? Vario.
Barrio.
Vario. I was shocked that he was not Steve Buscemi. I was like, this is Steve Buscemi. I'm so excited Steve Buscemi's in this show. And then I look it up and it's some other guy, some other random prick who isn't Steve Buscemi.
No, but he has actually appeared in The Office. This guy, Chris
No
Diamantopoulos.
Potopoulos.
No, he has actually appeared in Star Wars before. He voiced a droid in Jedi Survivor, one of the games.
Okay.
I
Okay.
could not have told you that he did that because I don't recognize the character at all. But
Right.
that's what he's appeared in Star Wars before.
So I want to know these characters, these mob bosses like Demas and Vario. Have they been in start? Like, are they pre-established characters, or because I
Not
felt
to my knowledge. I don't
yeah,
remember the names.
because I felt like there was a lot of backstory to Maul, like that I was missing. Like there was, they
And
said
there
he,
was.
but it didn't bother me because like I understood what was going on. Like there were guys that had betrayed him in the past. That's all I need to know. Like
Yeah.
I don't need to know the full story, which was
No,
fine to
and
me.
watching it, I hadn't seen the Clone Wars episodes, the most relevant to this in a long time, and I didn't find that I needed the context.
Neither.
I feel like the
Neither.
show did a really good job of just setting you up. Like, this
I
is
agree.
what's happening. It doesn't matter when. It could be anywhere in Star Wars timeline. But this is what's happening. This is what has happened. Here's where we're going.
It
I thought
just
it was really,
throws,
really effective.
yeah, it throws you right into the story, which I thought was good. I like the opening sequence where where it's a bank robbery, right? They're stealing from
They're
stealing from
stealing from one of the other
Demus's.
syndicates, yeah, from Demus's
Yeah,
crew, making it look like Vario.
yeah, and they go through this whole heist, and they're cornered by our boy Lawson. I think he's kind of like our main
He's not
character,
there,
sort of.
is he, at the start?
No, he's
It's
informative
only just
later.
regular police, yeah.
But
He
yeah,
comes
his
in later,
guys.
but
I meant his
yeah,
guys. Yeah.
his team, yeah.
Yeah, and
And that
then
whole sequence, Maul coming out of the ship with Jewel of Fates,
very cool.
choir, trilling like that was fantastic.
Very cool, Manch. Very cool.
Very cool. The best audio part of the episodes that I can remember. It's the only part that really stood out to me. And I thought the music overall was really good. That stood out.
Yeah, I actually like the music quite a bit. So basically the first episode is there's the heist, and then it's kind of like picking up the sort of pieces after the heist. So the two mob bosses meet up. Vario and Demus. Our boy Lawson is investigating, and then we're also introduced to two new characters. One of them, we don't know her name yet. They haven't revealed her name yet. She's what species is she, Manch? Because you'll have.
Are you talking about the Jedi?
Well, they're both Jedi, aren't they?
Yes, we do know their names. I don't know if this is from press or from the
we know
actual
Scorn.
episode.
We know one of them is Scorn, right?
No, Scorn is one of the Dathomirians. So the Jedi Master is Iko Diodaki.
Okay.
Is a Mossic or something like that, Jedi Master. And the girl is Devon Azara. She's a Twi'lek.
Oh, okay. I thought he was Scorn. Never mind. Because I was excited because Dave Fennoy is the one who voices Scorn. Are you sure? Hold on.
Dave Fennoy also voiced Pong Krell in Clone Wars, so you'll get to see more of him.
He also voiced Lee from Telltale's The Walking Dead, which, if you know me, you'd know that's one of my favorite games of all time.
See, I don't know you, so I didn't know that.
That's right, I dragged you off the street.
So Iko Dio is voiced by Dennis Haysbert, who I believe I recognise from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, okay. I mean, he didn't even... Oh, Scorn is one of the other Maul species guys.
Dathomirians, yeah.
Yeah. Did he even talk during the episode? I don't think he did. Well, that's disappointing.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
That's disappointing. I thought for some reason I thought that was him. But anyway, so
your boy Richard playing Two Boots. Thought he was great.
Yes. Oh, Richard Awadhi. He's one of my favorite men that exist.
Interesting. Yeah.
Do you see I left that at a full stop? Just one of the most interesting.
So you could get my reaction.
One of my favorite men. Drink of water. So, yeah, we're introduced to these two characters. One of them is an old dude with yellow paint on his face, and he's like, what does he look like? He's some other alien species. He walks on a cane like Yoda.
Yeah,
and
wears a hood like Yoda,
has a
hood, stuff.
And he has an apprentice who. What species did you say?
She's a Twi'lek.
Twi'lek? I thought it was Twi'lek.
I don't know. I call it Twi'lek. I think it is Twi'lek. But I also don't care. Moving on.
Because you're stupid. Because you're a dumb bomb. But no, we haven't had her name revealed to us. So don't let...
Not in the story.
Not in the story yet. So we'll find out that later. But no, she's a Jedi as well. And Maul is getting some little Force tingles. He
seems to be getting some Force visions, which is an interesting place for his character to go.
For
a Padawan. Not sure we would call her a child.
He's getting Force tingles for a child.
Yeah, I don't know. That's quite accurate.
Well, he's definitely getting some tingles, and he's like, we need to go to this place to get Vario because destiny's leading me there. Something.
That's right. And from the story, it's pretty obvious that where Maul thinks it's leading is that he's going to take her as an apprentice.
Yeah, it seems like it, but she's kind of resistant, right?
She is. She doesn't seem all that convinced. She knows who he is.
Yeah, which I thought was interesting. She was like, Maul. She said his name. She knew who he was.
That's a cliffhanger at the end of the episode. We've actually got two cliffhangers relating to her in each of these episodes, which I found interesting. It's a Filoni trope.
Yeah. I remember you made a prediction before these two episodes.
Did I? That you would hate it?
Well, you messaged me and you were like, you were kind of trying to metagame the podcast. You were like, this is amazing. You're gonna think it's a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I did say that. Yeah,
both. I mean, I've
mostly because I thought you would struggle with the animation style, but
that was actually one of my favorite parts about.
Yeah, let's talk about that because I thought it was amazing. It's come a long way since early Clone Wars. Like, you are going to be shocked going back to the first Clone Wars.
I mean, I used to watch when I was a kid. I did watch the old Clone Wars, and that's what put me off the original Clone Wars when I was younger. But no, I liked it because it looked very nice. Firstly, like, it's very clean, but also it's all like the backgrounds are all painted.
They're all hand painted matte paintings that they can use. What I found really interesting is that, as stylized as the character designs are, it actually makes the backgrounds look more realistic.
Yeah, yeah.
What it reminded me of, I used to do this in Spider-Man on PS4. If you use the cel-shaded comic suit, the rest of the world looks so real. Like, unbelievably real, because the character that you're playing as looks so obviously fake. Yeah. I feel like the character designs, which are very stylized in this animation style, that works in their advantage because it makes the rest of it look much more real.
It's like contrast. It's that contrast that
exactly.
It tricks your brain, sort of thing. But
no, it avoids the uncanny valley as well, because you're not looking at a bunch of characters that are trying to be realistic, but they're not quite there.
Yeah, yeah. It almost feels like they took a little bit of a cue from Spider-Verse and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, like that kind of art style sort of thing.
Yeah. My understanding is that was always the original intention for the shows. So Clone Wars was designed like that, to have these beautiful painted backgrounds and then the stylized characters, and it just kind of didn't work until they got more used to the style. Yeah. You start to see it closer towards season 4 and 5 of Clone Wars. That's when it sort of takes a big graphical leap and you start to see what they were trying to do in the first place.
Yeah. And I remember not looking up, I remember seeing, like, just like scrolling on socials that like the sound design of this is very interesting. Like, the Maul's lightsaber has like Sam Witwer's scream, like, kind of, what's it called, like, melded into it.
Interesting. I'm gonna need you to recreate the scream now.
No, not like that. It wasn't like that. That was me. That was me just coming up with something on the spot,
and me stitching you up as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another character that returned from Clone Wars that I didn't even notice had come from Clone Wars. Rook Cast. She's the female Mandalorian that hangs out with Maul. She's actually from 2 episodes of Clone Wars, and before that, the Son of Dathomir comics, which were supposed to be episodes of Clone Wars before that was cancelled.
That's really interesting, because while I was watching it, she was random Mandalorian that's with Maul.
And she kind of was in the Clone Wars as well. She was a really minor character. One of the few of the Death Watch that stays with Maul after he sort of takes over Mandalore.
I don't know how you'd even recognize that. Like, because she doesn't even...
I didn't until after the episode.
Oh, okay.
If I'd seen it before watching this, I would have recognized her, but I hadn't.
I just want to...
Couldn't have told you that she was an existing character.
Like, I want to know if after you see... Like, does that make the show better for you? Like, do you think the quality increases because you now know that that's a character from something you've seen before?
I think it makes more sense based on the plot line at the end of Clone Wars. Some of his troops will still be with him, yeah.
Okay. Because it doesn't really do much for me. Like, I'm just like, okay. Like,
I'm someone who likes seeing these characters return. I like seeing that.
But is it because afterwards you see that, and because you know them, it gives you like a bit of a dopamine hit? You're like,
it depends who it is. Rook Cast, not really, but like I said, she was in Clone Wars with him as an ally. For her to still be there as an ally, it's kind of a little nice nod, but also something you would expect her to be
in. Okay.
It follows close enough after Clone Wars. I would be surprised if she wasn't there.
Yeah, right.
Even how minor a character she is.
I mean, so, like, my thing is, I think the show looks great, and, you know, they're only 30-minute episodes, so I do understand that, like, you know, that we're not going to get a huge amount out of 2 episodes. An hour is a third of a movie, right? Or is not a third, 2/3 of a movie, right? And I feel like I don't know anything about the main character, and I don't know anything, like, I feel like I haven't learned anything new about Maul, even from the prequels. Like, what I have learned has been, you know, info dumped. It had, like, I haven't learned anything character wise, like, about him. I guess maybe I'll learn more if I watch the Clone Wars, but, like, just from these 2 episodes, like, he kind of just seems like a blank slate at the moment. And he does make a few speeches, but again, they don't feel like they're coming from a place of character, I feel like I'm being told. Like I feel like I'm being told his emotions rather than seeing it in the actions and the drama. And that's kind of where I feel like this is falling short a little bit for me. Is I feel like I don't know anything. The only thing we learn about our main character, the Twi'lek, who is nameless as of yet, is that she is willing to, like, while her master is like, no, we can't steal, that's bad. She's willing to do stuff that might seem morally onerous because she thinks it'll help people she cares about. That's what we know about her so far. And they set that up in the first scene. And then after that, she's kind of sitting in a cell for most of it. And she finally breaks out of the cell. But, like, again, during those moments, I don't feel like we know much about her besides she's kind of angry. She seems very angry and, like, scowling all the time.
One thing that Dave Filoni is not known for is subtlety.
No.
So you don't get a huge amount of subtext with these kinds of shows,
Yeah.
but you're more watching it for the moments that happen in it, to be quite honest.
Well, I think the action
there's a bit more with it with
well.
Anakin and Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars. Like, you get a lot of that there, but they're the main characters. And you do get a bit more work with Maul, especially in the arcs with his brother. But by now, we've established through that show that he's just after power. He wants to take over anything he can.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get much more characterization than that out of
But
him.
I want more. Otherwise, why make a show? Like, why would you make another show unless you want to say something more about this character?
Something Filoni quite often does is he'll take a show that's based on some characters, but it's not really their show.
It's the Dave Filoni show?
No.
Is that what you mean?
The series develops other characters more, and the main character is more the vehicle for that.
Right. Okay.
Sort of how Andor was about Andor, but there's 4 or 5 different storylines going on top.
And
but this, there's not really that much going on with Maul yet.
Yeah. As you know, Dave Filoni did not like Andor. Did you know? Were you aware?
I didn't actually know that, no.
Yeah, were you aware of this? Yeah, according to insider reports, he was not a fan of Andor, which I think says a lot. But here's the thing: is I do like just from the bits and pieces that we have. Like, I do like these characters. I like Lawson. I think he's great.
He's great, yeah.
And I like the unnamed Twi'lek so far. Like, I like her attitude, like that kind of, just from a textural standpoint, I like her attitude. And
she's very rebellious, but she reminds me a lot of Ahsoka in Clone Wars.
Yeah, she seems like a very angry Ahsoka, because from memory, Ahsoka to me seemed quite. She seemed quite happy and quite, she was ready to go. She was gearing.
Not so much at the start, at the end of the series,
right,
not so much.
Right. Obviously, a lot happens to her over the series, but
and that obviously informs her character beyond that, yeah.
So I wonder if we might get an inverse Ahsoka here, where she might lighten up throughout the show. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
I'd be very interested to see where they take a character. There's one or two ways they can go. They can either completely turn her and have her become Maul's apprentice, or she betrays him right at the end.
I want to know, because Maul shows up in Rebels as well, doesn't he? That's after this show. That's set after this show. So where is he at? Where is he at the start of Rebels compared to the end of Clone Wars? Because I want to know if there's any difference.
I haven't seen Rebels all the way through. I just know the one episode that he's most famous for in Rebels.
Right, which is obviously
Twin Sons, yeah.
Right. Well, that I think that'll be interesting to know, because if they've already bookended both ends of this show, like, where can they take him? You know what I mean?
That's why I think the show's not so much going to be him. It's going to be more an exploration of the underworld and what's going on during the early Empire.
Yeah, I just hope it's...
Well, if you look at Bad Batch, which we'll also get to after Clone Wars, as much as that show is about the Bad Batch themselves, it's probably more interesting from the perspective of you get to see right after Revenge of the Sith what's happening around the galaxy.
Yeah.
I find that more interesting than what they're doing with the characters. Especially for the first season or two.
Well, I'm still looking forward to the rest of the show. I want to see where they go. I feel like the first 2 episodes, they haven't wowed me yet. I think visually it wows me, but like,
yeah, it's a huge step up from early Clone Wars for sure.
Yeah,
and even a big step up on the latest Tales as well.
Yeah.
They just keep refining it, and I think that's a good thing for Star Wars, because it means they can do these lower cost shows and still focus all their money on the big stuff that needs the attention.
Absolutely, but I hope the writing doesn't suffer under Filoni's I really hope the writing doesn't suffer under Filoni's guidance, but
in this show or the other shows?
Just in general, just with Star Wars in general. But we'll see what happens. We'll see who he ends up employing, and because I feel like if he's CEO of Lucasfilm, he's going to be employing people that he wants, like that the shows that the way that he wants Star Wars to progress. But
yeah. And he's obviously got very strong opinions on how Star Wars should be and what it is already.
Yeah.
And I know from interviews that he's done, it's not necessarily things that you would agree with.
Makes me worried. I feel like the era of Andor's, like, I feel like Andor's going to be a flash in the pan. But we'll see what happens.
It already was.
Yeah.
There's not much from the Disney era that measured up to it anyway.
I get the feeling that Andor, was kind of a surprise to them. They were surprised at how much, how much fanfare it got and how much love it got, like critically and everything.
I think we were surprised. Who went into Andor thinking the show about this random ass guy from Rogue One was going to be the best thing Star Wars has done in decades?
Certainly not me. I mean, I was excited because I loved the writing team, Bo Williman, the Gilroys. Like, I've loved everything they've done, but I was like, a show about Andor?
Yeah.
About Cassian Andor, one of the most boring characters in Rogue One? But no, they killed it.
Well, I mean, modern Star Wars shows, at least, tend to not be so much about lead character.
Yeah.
More, let's take this part of this character's life and use it to tell a broader story around the universe.
But it was about him. Like, he was,
he was the focus of it, but you had other storylines on top of that.
Yeah, there were bigger thematic
that were probably ideas. More interesting than what was happening to Cassian.
Yeah, I just worry about this show because I feel like I'm not getting a lot of like big thematic ideas that are coming through.
And I think Filoni's style tends to be a lot more volume than quality.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I like that. It's the kind of old style 22 episodes a season. Not every episode is going to be good. I know this is only 10. Yeah. Not every episode is going to be good. The whole storyline might not be that great, but it's an easy watch.
What I'm hoping, because with Mandalorian, which was obviously like Favreau's baby, but Filoni was heavily involved. But like they hired so many different like voices and artists, like obviously, that I really like the episodes that were made by Rick Famuyiwa. And I really like, basically those episodes. There were a couple of other ones that I really liked as well. I think Favreau's episodes are really good.
Yep. He tends to bookend the seasons, doesn't
he? Yeah.
Filoni will write the Ahsoka ones or ones with other Clone Wars style characters, but then Favreau's tend to have done the finales, right?
And they're normally the ones that I roll my eyes at. And as you know, I haven't actually liked the finales that much. So I guess it's like the meat and bones that I like. But yeah, we'll see. That I think Andrew Stanton had a few episodes as well. He wrote the Toy Story movies. He had a few episodes. I think I like those as well. But no, I'm hoping that this show is kind of the same. Like they have a different like writer every couple of episodes, different like directors, and we'll see what happens. But it hasn't.
It doesn't look like they've announced who's writing or directing.
No,
the direction doesn't matter so much with these shows. It's animated.
But the writing. I'm more
the writing definitely.
Team. Yeah. We'll see what happens. I'm not super enamored with this show yet. I think it looks really nice. I think there's some cool like seeds, but I think honestly, like you're gonna hate me, but I liked the first 2 episodes of The Acolyte more than I like this. So
interesting.
I don't know if that.
I liked The Acolyte when it started. I really liked it, and I like it in general. I thought that was shit on way too much, but
yeah, I agree.
Like with the context that I've got from watching Clone Wars all the way through and watching Bad Batch, I'm really liking Maul.
Yeah. Let me just say, I will say it's better than Obi-Wan. It's better than the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan so far.
Fair.
So I think Obi-Wan's probably the worst Disney Star Wars thing that I've seen. But I mean,
Book of Boba Fett I thought was much worse.
I actually haven't seen the Book of Boba Fett. I've seen clips.
You will.
God. But no, I like this more than I liked Obi-Wan, so I guess that's a positive.
Yeah.
That's a positive.
Look, it's an acquired taste, and not everyone likes this style.
Yeah.
It gels well with me, so I've always kind of liked it. I will say early Clone Wars is a slog, and if this is like Bad Batch's early stuff, it might also be a slog for the first few episodes. It tends to become good by the end.
Now, to wrap this up, I kind of want to ask you, like, what your thoughts are on the war in Iran and, like, what you think that show should do next in its, like, next few episodes.
Jesus. That's my answer. Introduce Jesus.
Jesus returns on the battlefield.
Somehow Jesus has returned.
He walks out and all the wars stop. Like, both sides.
We are not getting political.
But it's so much fun, Jan. Get it.
It would be JD, but it's not.
It's JC. I've told you this before.
J's what? JC.
Yeah, JC. It's okay. It's okay.
No, sorry, no. I just get that confused.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I think I haven't like emphasized it enough. So
no, that's fine. I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunities for you to do that.
Yeah. In future, just remember it's JC, and your name's Manch, and I'm never gonna get that wrong.
No, because you have a brain.
I mean, you said it. So we'll see you next week, everyone. You'll hear us next week. For now, there are two of us. Two of them. It's two of them, right? Now there are two of them. Two of them. Because where are them? Where they them? Yeah, see?
No, it's because that's a quote from the Star Wars.
See, I can make a joke. I can make that joke. I can make that joke as quickly as the fucking writers of the Scary Movie 6, who spent months writing that fucking script. And I can come up with that joke like that.
I think it's bold to assume they spent more than 5 seconds on that particular joke.
That's a good point.
They came up with it and just didn't cut it.
I can't believe just how, like, that movie literally looks like it's written by the Daily Wire. But we're moving on.
Which is weird, because last I heard, you're on that writing team, man.
Did you just call me Manch?
I did, yeah, cut that.
Did you just call me your name?
Yes.
I'm JC.
Really?
Yeah, I'm JC. You're Manch.
I always get that confused, yeah. It's really confusing.
Yeah. But do remember, you're the one that's wearing that stupid hat, so that's Manch. No one named JC would wear that fucking stupid hat.
You would wear it.
No,
you think it's cool.
I think it's fucking disgusting. Why would you wear a dead animal on your head?
It's fake.
What?
Yeah, it's a costume.
What? Sorry.
It's a costume.
What do you mean it's a costume?
I'm a man cheater. It's a costume.
This whole time, I thought your mum was a cheater. I remember meeting her.
Dead air.
We'll see you next week.